So we stopped here in the application where we have the object controls running. So I'm just going to run it all again. Let's see where we are. We created the floor, the ground, added material. And when I load it, this is what it looks like. And then if I go to the base, main base, I go far down and I just rotate around a bit, you'll see what I'm talking about, the material on the floor. When we go, come a bit close, you see the reflection of light on the ground. Yeah, so it's quite subtle. So we could as well simply increase the scale of the material of the floor. But what we'll do in this video is actually to add in the first person control so we can actually go onto the floor and walk around. So you can see in this code already I've commented out the first person controls, which I've done, which I've used some in the past project. So I'm just going to comment that. But at some point the image might go off due to errors, but still fine. I'm just going to copy this generate object controls from here, replace this with generate first person controls, then copy all this, go into where I made the call to this. I'm going to comment that out. So come up here and simply bring replace this with generate first person controls. I'll cut that here, bring it down here, and then comment this out. I'm changing the controls for the same. And on comment the first person controls, it's going to cause some bugs. I'm going to close this. I'll probably refresh this. It's still linked. So it's not showing anything yet. So before we actually do that, the first person control needs some sort of clock to run. So it's just going to find where we have set. So we have first person controls active. We use that to check whether first person control is running. We have it linked to the first person control object itself where we set certain values. I'm just going to go into render. Because in render, we have this animate that actually runs a separate function. You can see we also have the object controls in there. I never actually passed that in, so object control seems to just work. But this person control, you're just going to pass in clock delta, which is something I get from clock object delta. That's a static variable, a file. So it's still not showing. Just going to go back to first person control, probably change the look at. Just going to press Alt Shift down arrow and change this to look at and probably bracket. Let's put 0, 0, 0 those. We should see the same. Yeah, so now we can see the same. And essentially the same is now in first person control. I can see the mouse is moving, but importantly, I can use the mouse, I can use the arrow keys to move left and right. But then we're sort of high up there, so going to change the location first person control. And what I'm probably going to do is to set the position of the camera. So I'm just going to go down to, so let's this guy way. Eventually to reset anyway. So let's go into animate. Ultimately, we're going to go into animate for functions. Let's go set 8. And come in here and set the camera position. So we're just going to so the camera position. Our power suggested something, but we won't use that set. On camera X value, position X value, and not the Y value, because we want to set the height of the camera. So we're going to put 2 and 0. So now we can see we're at the level of the building. So we're always going to be on this level. And press the arrow key to move around, actually. So if we feel the height is too low, we could come here and put 2.5. And then we can also set the starting position of the camera. So that will come to having actually determine. So we could print out the position camera here so we know how close we are to the building. So I can under the animate function, right console, the log, the camera, the position. And then when I go into F2, I can see the vector value moving on the left, on the moving on the right. So I can come here, right click on that, click on that, copy object, comment here, and probably put it under a comment, paste, put a comment there. I'll probably do the same thing for the rotation value as well. Then you can use that to initialize the camera. So we have the position and rotation where we want to. So I'm just going to use this. I'm just going to copy that out, go to where the camera's position, make sure that the box of nothing go up to create it. That will be in the constructor. So that's where you have so that's where I'm setting the position. Just going to paste here, place that with the position of the camera, copy that here, and for the space, use that, use. So what you see is that immediately the camera appears in front of the door. So I'm just going to create alt enter, but actually we don't really bother about rotation, but just for rotation's sake, I'm just going to say rotation. Rotation. I'm going to copy this as well, and I'll probably just delete this comment. So there, that same thing. I'll just delete the unnecessary. So there. Voila. Ah, well, that's what it is. So I have the rotation as well. So we're gonna say rotation. So it replaces it rotation. So rotation, and then once it runs again, it's gonna be that rotation. But again, as I said, we don't really need that rotation. I think the camera in front of the door, which we've achieved with that. We can comment out the rotation bit. But what's important is that we have the camera right in front of the door now. So now we can sort of rotate, we can move back, we can move forward, we can go towards the left. So we don't have to go all the way from the other side. Well, another thing I want to do is probably increase the rotation speed on the first person controller. Let's go down to first person control. All I have to do is come here and change the look speed, change that to all. See how it affects it. So it's rotating a bit faster now. If I change that to 0.08, that should be a bit faster. So sometimes can rotate around and look at where I'm coming from. So next thing I want to do in the next video is probably sort of fill up this environment so we don't have all this dark so fill up the cube makes it a bit more lovely. Picture again materials. So thanks for watching. See you in the video. Cheers. Bye.